Hello everyone, I'm Metis Balaska and welcome to the stream. Oh, whoop. I am a good VTuber. So, a lot of exciting stuff happened on yesterday's stream, but now we're going to focus on the other drama. I don't know if I'll be able to finish the story in today's stream, though. I will try. But I don't have as much time with the whole load shedding thing going on. Let's get started.
This
My
program
mouse
is
out of the
brought to
way.
you by the following sponsors. Persona 4 Arena Ultimax.
I'd love to watch that, but I'm afraid of getting a copyright strike. What was bookmark again? Triangle. Okay, so there's no joke endings in Iga. It's a story I checked, so we just gotta beat enemies. I am surrounded by a white light that strains most of my sensors to their limit. A portion of my sensors indicate that I am currently in a state similar to freefall. I can't then tell up from down, left on bleh. I can't tell up and down from left and right. This continues for a while. Eventually, my functions slowly recover. I find myself off inside an unknown room, sitting on the ground. I quickly stand and then check my surroundings.
Is this the music room of a school?
I can see a music stand, a grand piano, a blackboard, and portraits. There is an air of over-exaggerated theatrics to it, but I may not be far from the truth. Is this the world inside the TV? After the surreality of entering a TV screen, this comes as quite a surprise.
No sign of Mitsuru-san or Akihiko-san. Did they land elsewhere? So much noise. I can't contact anyone like this.
I attempt to use it as my communicator, but there is no response. This looks like an ordinary classroom, but it has an alarming amount of radio interference. When I concentrate my senses again, I detect a bizarre disturbance from the entire area that is unlike normal buildings. This may be another world after all. In any case, I must join up with Mitsuru-san and Akihiko-san. But just as I begin to make plans to do so, the monitor hanging from the ceiling switches on. What appears on it is, how to describe it, a bizarre figure that looks like a living costume.
I spy an unknown yet bewitching babe.
Good Lord, Teddy.
How unexpected! Unexpected!
I think you're glitching, dude. Its comical tone does not last long before the voice becomes distorted and the image disappears. It reminded me of a malfunctioning machine. I stare at the monitor. I have a hunch that it will return soon. Just as I thought, the costume reappears. But its behavior is very different now.
Case 04. Unintended intruder. Entering elimination process.
Well, that disguise faltered quickly. Its mechanical-sounding voice is completely different from the joking tone it had before. And that phrase, elimination process, it seems that a battle will be starting. I realize as the safeties from the weapon. I release the safeties from the weapon built into my body. That's when a large noise comes from behind me. Hey, Kanji! This is the first time you entered the story, isn't it? A young man in a school uniform comes rolling in with a yell.
Human?
Ow! Jeez, they decided to open right then. This place makes no damn sense.
I thought that I was as ready for any eventuality, but I had not expected to suddenly encounter a
Are
human.
you alright? You seem to be unharmed.
The young man looks back at me with a steely gaze while fixing his bleached hair with his fingers. His behavior does not seem to be His behavior does not seem to be that of one who came in pursuit of me.
Never seen you before.
I'm sorry, I haven't introduced myself. My name is Aegis.
Hi, Kanji! Also Koramari. Have a puppy! No, Z. Koromaru is in the next story. Only then do I remember that my appearance would seem very peculiar to a classical observer.
I'm a transfer student. I have blue eyes, blonde hair.
I love how she's trying to describe herself. Alright, still, have a puppy.
Gatling cannon.
Huh?
I'm sorry, forget what I said. In the past, that prepared explanation for students has been effective, but no longer.
What situation would you need to say Gatling cannon to explain something?
Okay. Anyways, I'm Kanji Tatsumi. This mean you're my next opponent?
Opponent? What do you mean?
What do I mean? I'm talking about a scrap!
You mean a fight? But we have only met Tatsumi-san. Actually, where are we?
Enough blabbering, you machine!
With a yell, he slams the folding chair in his hand in his hand on the ground. A cold, dull metallic sound echoes and eliminates any possibilities for talking this over.
What's a fake girl like you doing calling me by my name?
Okay, now we're seeing the influence here. I go quiet. A fake girl. I understand how I might elicit such a reaction, but there is a pain in my chest. But I cannot help but smile at how instinctively I reacted that way. It seems I have become more human-like than I knew. Though, again, Aegis has come closer to becoming human than any other robot, ever.
I was worried I might have to go up against my senpai, but I ain't gonna hold back against a robot like you.
Thinking with a calm mind, I noticed a small incongruity in his attitude. When he first saw me, he seemed unsure and claimed that he had not seen me before. Yet though he knows how I am, yet he knows now that I am a machine, he doesn't seem particularly surprised. Are those two things contradictory? Yeah, remember when everyone in P3 first met Iga, they practically flipped their lip at the idea that she was a robot. Or to be specific, gynoid. I focused my senses once more and enhanced the gain in my sensors. I detected faint interference. Because it had appeared uniformly across all my sensors, as I hadn't been aware of it. What is this?
Do anything, I'll make the first move. Take Mikazuchi!
Why my frame suddenly dropped? What the frick, OBS? Are you? Sorry about that, I'll be back. You seem to be back. A persona. Light flickers intermittently. Could that be electricity? A thick barrel-like arm charges charged with voltage approaches from above. That's kind of not good. Igus is weak to electricity. I jumped back and narrowly escaped a crushing blow.
Nice dodge. Looks like you got at least a little bit of fight in you.
A persona user. I was careless. I should have expected that possibility since I encountered him inside the TV. I do not know the procedure for attacking a human, but if he's a persona user, I must defend myself with the usual armaments.
There's no avoiding this fight. I cannot fall here.
Just quickly doing a check. All right, are we back now? I'm sorry, I don't know what happened there. Maybe I should close my Steam page, though. That might be taken from things. Yeah, that seemed to be have been causing a problem. I'm sorry. How's the stream now? Are we good? I guess I'll just continue on then until someone says otherwise.
Final. Fight! This'll hurt! Nothing. Nothing. Boring. This'll hurt.
Are you serious?
Don't underestimate me, goddammit. Nothing like that. Nothing. No way.
Hey, Kronk. No problem. Glad things are working now. Okay, mental note for future streams. Don't have my main my Twitch homepage and my Steam management page open at the same time.
Are you all right, Tatsumi-san?
I helped Tatsumi-san up off the ground and then call to him. After repeating myself several times, I hear a groan.
No! Damn it! Ow! Oh, whoa! Hands off!
I'm sorry. If you can't stand, then I'll carry you.
I pick up Tatsumi-san, who is still lying down with. I'm picking up Tatsumi-san, who is still lying down with both arms.
Oh, damn! You're a hell of a lot stronger than you look. Whoa, 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 whoa! How come you're carrying me like this? Like a bride or something?
This is the spousal method of carrying.
No, it ain't. It's the bridal. Oh, wait a sec. Are they pretty much the same thing?
Tatsumi-san, you seem completely fine.
That's what I've been saying. Stop with the Tatsumi-san crap. It's making my skin crawl. Just call me Kanji.
You don't object to being called that? I'm an artificial person, after all.
Huh? Who cares? If I say it's fine, then it's fine.
Yeah, this is basically me Kanji in a nutshell. For those not familiar with Persona 4, he's a rough and tumble type of guy on the surface, but he's really a big softy on the inside. Hey, Ayumu.
Will you put me down already?
When I put Kanji-san down as requested, he turns his back and repeatedly scratches his head. I feel as if his demeanor has changed compared to how it was before the fight. His loud voice and rough words are the same, but the sentence that he will not listen. But the sentence that he will not listen to a word that I say is gone. I feel that I can make myself understood now.
Well then, Kanji-san, allow me to ask again. Where are we? And what did you mean by opponent?
Huh? You're not an enemy that Ted set up for me?
Ted. Are you referring to the bear who appeared on the monitor?
This is a fighting tournament. Only the winners get to keep going. I lost this time. But oh well. I wouldn't make it in the big leagues.
That sounds like something Akihiko-san would say.
Huh?
Sorry, I was just talking to myself.
Gotta say, you pack one hell of a punch. Got me real good.
What kind of makes that statement funnier as Akihiko and Kanji are both of the Emperor Arcana.
Punch? But I didn't throw any punches.
Listen though, the rest of this tournament ain't gonna be so easy. My senpai are waiting up ahead.
There are more people here. Could you estimate how many?
Kanji smiles dauntlessly and gives me a thumbs up. I I don't really understand why, but I give him a thumbs up as well. Good job. Then Kanji-san keels over. I rush in to catch him. When I look into his face, he's still smirking, but has passed out. It seems he was fighting through his fatigue for the sake of his pride. He doesn't seem injured, so I carefully set him down on the floor. Suddenly, that costume, Kanji-san called it Teddy, appears again on the monitor.
Intruders are persona users. Due to difficulties in elimination, they will be acknowledged as valid targets.
It's using that mechanical tone of voice again. The intruder must be me and the others. Since I won't be easy to eliminate, it appears he's changing tactics. But that could mean... but what could he mean by valid targets? The monitor screen turns off once again. Just like before, it flickers back, gone after a few seconds. It's the same face as before, but a completely different attitude.
Woohoo! What a fox! Came to join in on our fun? I'm A-okay with that if you're up for a little fighting. I'll wait for you in the next arena up ahead.
Can we have the yellow-eyed giant General Teddy back? This is more how he sounded at the beginning. He's gone back to normal, or at least recovered from the abnormality.
Silly me. If you're cutting in, you don't know who I am. I am General Teddy. Remember that name well.
General Teddy. Apparently he really is a teddy bear. He doesn't seem like one, but a number of things he said caught my attention. Joining in on our fun and the arena. These are in line with the tournament Kanji-san mentioned. Is the tournament being held here? But the monitor is silent once again and does not return. I do not think I will make any progress if I remain here. I poked my head through the door where Kanji-san appeared to check my surroundings. What looks like a school hallway leads straight ahead. It appears as there appears to be no danger nearby. I managed to hoist Kanji's body up over my shoulder and try to leave the room.
What?
Something gets stuck and prevents me from proceeding. I stop and check, but I cannot see any obstructions. Both of the sliding doors fell off when Kanji-san came in, and the way is completely open. It should be wide enough for me to pass through easily enough, even with a person over my shoulder. Yet I cannot proceed. Something is getting stuck. I slow my walking speed to check to see what part of me is getting caught. That is how I discover something surprising. Nothing is blocking the way, yet only Kanji-san's body cannot pass through the door. It seems there is an invisible wall, one that is selective and prevents only Kanji-san's passage between the room and the hallway. Something Kanji-san says comes back to me. Only the winners get to keep going. Is this what he meant? I increase the sensitivity of my sensors, but cannot detect any wall here. I have no way of destroying what I cannot touch. Which means I have no choice but to leave Kanji-san here.
Well, I will come back for you later. Please stay safe until then.
Once he comes around, he's still a persona user. It's not as if I'm leaving someone behind who can't fend for himself. I reluctantly convince myself to move on. While moving down the hallway, my sensors continue to pick up disturbances from every single my sensors continue to pick up disturbances from everything in the school. It all looks so normal, though. There is a line of glass windows on the wall. Outside is a field level with the ground, and I am walking on. I seem to be on the first floor of the building. Eventually, I reach the doorway and continuously venture outside. I'm surprised she didn't try blowing up a wall. Kanji already broke down the doors, so... There was barely any difference in temperature or atmospheric composition compared to the real world. But the lack of wind is unnatural, and there are other discrepancies between here and there. I turn around and inspect the building's exterior. This is indeed a school. I walk along the wall and go around the building. Soon, I reach what seems to be the main gate. I turn toward the building once again and come to a realization.
I recognize this place.
I have seen a photo from this angle in the preparation materials. As I recall, this is a high school in Inaba. To make sure, I step past the school gate and check the nameplate. The name engraved on the gate its pillar is Yasogami High School. I cross-reference the name with a map of the area and find a match. This is confusing. A real-world location has been completely recreated inside the TV. Why is it constructed like nesting boxes? Just then, I sense something move in the corner of my vision. I quickly turn to view it head-on. It is a uniformed girl. She is running straight through in the opposite direction of the field. Is she a student? No, this is not a real school. Could she be one of the senpai Kanji spoke of? A moment's thought highlights an important detail. Her pale skin and hair color. Okay, so we certainly saw Labris. There can be no mistake. It's the girl I saw for a moment at the airport after the hijacking. I immediately chase after her. But the girl is much faster than I anticipated, and I cannot close the distance. I release a portion of my foot speed limiter and finally get close, until I am able to grasp her right arm from behind.
Huh?
The girl stops and turns around. There is a surprise on her face that she... there is surprise on her face, and she stares in wide-eyed wonder at my form. I am surprised myself. The instant I take her hand, a flash of intuition charges through me like electricity. This girl is Labris. I am unaccountably convinced.
That's one funny-looking costume you've got on.
Yeah, costume. Sure. Let's go with that.
Oh, well, Oh, of course. You're mixed up in this racket too, aren't you?
Racket? Does she mean the tournament?
No, I am not in this tournament of my own free will. Really? Then you mind letting me go? I'm the student council president. I can't be letting people run wild at this school. Student council president? Didn't I tell you to let me go? Are you trying to get in the way of my work here?
The girl looks at me with an irritated expression. How strange. She speaks as if she is leading an ordinary life here at school. But I am surprised myself. The instant I take her hand, a flash of intuition charges through me like electricity. This girl is Labris. I am unaccountably convinced.
Oh,
If she was aware that she was inside the TV, would she say such things to me?
If you happen to know, could you please tell me what sort of place this is?
Huh? It's the first floor of the classroom building. Can't you tell?
Huh? Is it possible that you don't recall entering a TV?
A TV? Listen, I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm kind of in a hurry here.
Mhm.
Can I go?
Before you do, please tell me something.
Well, sorry about that. Can I go?
Who are you?
Who? What'd you stop me for if you didn't even know? I just told you. I'm the student council president. What hole have you been hiding in? The elections were just last week. Are we done now? 'Cause I got places to be.
The girl ends the conversation sternly and shakes off my hand. Shakes off my hand and runs away again. In an instant, she disappeared into the school building.
Please, wait!
I go after her, but just as I enter the hallway around the first bend, and something blocks my path. But I can't see what it is at all. I can't see it, yet when I reach out my hand, I can feel it. I think I know what this is.
That wall again!
The invisible wall that prevents Kanji-san's passage. It's most likely the same thing. Once again, I'm surprised. I can touch it, yet my sensors detect nothing. And it's much stronger than I imagined. It repels even gunfire. Physical strikes are nothing. I attempt various methods to destroy it, but before I can, the girl disappears from view.
It seems I am forced to try a different route.
I consider the situation once more. Was that girl truly Labras? There are too many factors now indicating otherwise. Her appearance and the feel from her arm when I grasped it a moment ago. Both are strong signs that she is human. If she is entirely artificial, then she cannot be older. Then she could not be part of an older generation of mortals than myself. Her speaking voice and behavior were both also indicative of known human patterns. According to the records of Labras's development, she was sealed away soon after. Even I stumble with natural human speech. She could not have become that proficient in so short of a time. She's not a machine, but a human, so she cannot be Labras. Usually, I would not hesitate to make such a judgment based on the available data. Yet I cannot shake the feeling that she may be Labras. And that intuition I felt earlier. What caused it? This case remains murky. I feel as if my senses have been muffled by a thin cloth. But I cannot leave her be. Even if she is not Labras, the fact itself means she is in danger. I quickly look for an alternative route. I think it's the plume of dust reacting to another, hence giving Angus that intuition. Yeah, that's very likely the case. In fact, I think that was heavily hinted at. It's at least in the next story. I backtrack the way I came and run outside. Suddenly, I am enveloped in a tidal wave of sound. These are human voices. The cheering comes from an enormous crowd. I turn around, and a thick mass of people run towards me out of nowhere. There are boys and girls in school uniforms. It is clear that everyone is looking at
This is
me.
impossible.
How did I fail to detect so many humans? But then I notice it. There is white noise running through all of my sensors. It is the same feeling that I had before finding Kanji-san. What is this? As I stand in thought, the students close in on me. I ask what business they have with me, but the uproar drowns out my voice. I cannot attack them, so I have no choice but to edge backwards. Soon my back is against the wall. It is against a wall. I look around for an escape route. Luckily, there was a door behind me. I hurry inside to find shelter. The room I have entered appears to be spacious. It is dark here, but I believe it is the gymnasium, with very horribly stacked chairs. Like seriously, those are a safety hazard. Here and there, folding chairs and gym equipment are piled in heaps. It looks like the result of some strange ritual. Suddenly, a light shines in the corner. Upon closer inspection, I can see a monitor showing something. It is airing some familiar faces.
Rivals.
Oh no, here we go.
Friends, yet powerful foes. The desperate fighting program amongst high school students. A new legend is about to start.
May the manliest of all men come on down!
Nobody touches his precious Nanako, the sister complex kingpin of steel, Yu Narukami!
It's only natural.
Wage slave in the boonies by day, hero by night, Captain Resentiment, Yosuke Hanamura!
Everything that bores me has gotta go.
A spunky dragon with deadly legs, the carnivore whose discarded womanhood, Chie Satonaka!
You need to eat more meat!
Please escort me to the ring, my prince! The unconquerable Snow Black, Yukiko Amagi!
I'll finish you in one strike!
Blooming roses and bulging muzzles, the blood-curdling beefcake emperor, Kanji Tatsumi! Deep into realms of romance, the body of a child, the brain of a genius, the 2000 IQ killjoy detective, Naoto Shirogane!
Is this an army of idiots?
Fight and survive towards the one throne waiting at the end! The P1 Grand Prix where fierce fights will be fought! The battle begins tonight!
I forgot that the P3 characters view it from inside the TV. I'm not sure why it shows as while inside the TV, but I guess Shadow Labrys paid good money for that ad. So she's going to use it every chance she gets. I'm not sure what to say about that video. I dig these titles when you think about it. They're kind of appropriate. Yeah, but remember, they're supposed to be insulting. It seems to be modeled after promotional videos for martial arts tournaments. I noticed appearances by Kanji-san and the host, General Teddy. The other people shown The other people shown must also be participants. It is safe to assume they are all Persona users. As if watching my reaction from somewhere, General Teddy may appear as on the monitor, replacing the video.
Looks like you're officially getting in on the action. Welcome! Look, everyone, another challenger!
Without warning, there is a loud sound. The door in every direction doors in every direction open at once. Excited students pour in, cheering and yelling. Before I know it, I'm surrounded by people with no means of escape. General Teddy grins at my situation and raises his stubby arm.
Well then, bring out the next opponent!
A spotlight shines on the spot where the crowd parts. A female student can be seen. She has short hair and wears a jacket. She looks very athletic. We're facing the girl who has Agus's previous arcana. For those who don't know, Agus was of the Chariot, but after the in the after chapter, she officially switched to the Fool. I recognize her face from the video. Her name is Chie Satonaka. She steps in front of me, bouncing from foot to foot.
I heard that you're elbowing in on the tournament. Suits me fine. Let's do this!
She finishes her speech. As she finishes her speech, she makes a fighting stance.
Ah!
Just then, a gleaming silhouette appears behind her. It is another persona. Chiazon extends her hand, and palm facing up, and motions with her fingers, taunting me.
Ooh, she's ready and raring to go!
Lord Teddy. Again, can we have the yellow light version back? This is strange. Chiazon's willingness to fight is odd enough, but even stranger are the students in the crowd. Even when seeing a persona up close, they show no signs of alarm. Come to think of it, how did they get here? I cannot believe they were all persona users. But even if they were, would they be so? Even if they were, would they be so excited over such brutality? While stuck in a mysterious world filled with potential dangers? That does not seem likely. Perhaps my basic assumptions are faulty. Could they, like these buildings, be unreal? I cannot jump to conclusions, but I decide to take the offensive. I turn on the monitor. General Teddy is bouncing up and down gleefully.
I will fight on one condition.
Which is?
Interesting. He answered me. I can hold a conversation with him. Which means he can see and hear me.
Immediately release all these students from this school, or rather from this world. If you do that, I will fight as you wish.
Tut tut! Are you making demands to me? Before you get too worried about other people, why not worry about yourself?
I will not fight unless you guarantee their safety.
I glare at General Teddy through the monitor. I didn't want to involve the students, but I have an idea.
Sheesh! What a stubborn girl!
He snaps his stubby fingers. The room instantly fills with light. I ward myself off against it by covering my eyes. A few seconds later, the brightness fades to normal. As my eyes adjust, I see that the students have vanished.
Ah! Is that what you wanted?
The general smiles proudly. My guess was correct. If the students were fake, it is easier for him to remove them than to talk me into fighting. As a result, my sensors detect the moment when the students disappear all at once. The only human here is Chie-san. Looking around, it seems that not everything disappeared. Human-like figures remain, as if the shadows of the students were burned into the scenery. There were several about the gymnasium. Their readings are similar to shadows, but they show no signs of hostility. So these are the true forms of those students. They have been unmasked.
Honestly, you're in no position to be making demands, you know. I'm making an exception just this once, because it's no fun if you don't both go at it tooth and claw. Even if you don't resist, your opponent will show no mercy. It'll be a grisly sight.
The puns.
Even if the crowd was still here, would you not have hit back when I hit you? No. The safety of the people must be prioritized above all else.
I mean, no offense, Shay, but you probably would have broken your hand if you tried.
Ha! That's pretty cool of you, actually. But self-sacrifice doesn't mean much coming from a machine. They can just fix you right up. Oh, that's right. It doesn't even count as self-sacrifice for a machine. It's just what you're programmed to do. You probably don't feel pain or anything, huh? It just seemed that way because you look human.
You may not understand, but I can sense pain as well.
Really? That's such a weird thing to program into a weapon. Doesn't make any sense to me.
That's...
As I struggle to answer, Chie-san smiles wide.
That's fine with me. Means I can fight you without pulling any punches.
The smile disappears, and her eyes spark with fire as she launches herself at me. I'd rather not fight her, but she is a persona user. I clench my teeth and make myself and make myself ready to intercept
If I
her.
must fight you, then I will.
Finally. Fight!
Ha! Why am I at my... Why are frame 0 again? This is weird. I don't know why my frames just suddenly dropped to 0. I tried to be fancy and it wasn't working.
Oh, sheesh. Wow. You're definitely a pro when it comes to fighting.
I'm sorry. Are you all right?
Yeah. But boy, I didn't stand a chance against you. Hey, what's all this about you being a robot?
She is upset by her loss, but seems cheerful. She didn't show this open-mindedness before the fight. Perhaps, as with Kanji-san, I could make peace with her by... No, it is vain of me to think that is possible. Her words echo in my mind. It doesn't even count as self-sacrifice for a machine. And it's just that's what you're programmed to do. I hate to admit it, but her observation is
I
correct.
may seem like a ridiculous machine to you, but I'm still...
Huh? I never said that.
Huh?
Wait. You're not acting like you did before the fight. I'm surprised that you're a robot, but what gives?
Chie-san looks stupefied. Her expression confuses me as well. She stated it clearly, yet she doesn't remember. Then something hit me. Didn't things go similarly with Kanji-san as well? Could it be that something was done to the participants? No, I should avoid drawing conclusions based solely on speculation. Besides, there is something I must do
That
first.
reminds me, I haven't introduced myself yet. My name is Igus.
Looks like we let our fists say too much before we opened our mouths.
I saw the introductory video. You're Chie Satonaka, correct?
Yep. Oh, you can just call me Chie.
The carnivore who's discarded womanhood.
Okay, you didn't need to bring that part up, and I didn't discard anything. I can use a persona, but I'm just an ordinary high school student. I go to Yasugami High. So anyways, are you, seriously a machine? No foolin'?
Yes, I was created as a weapon for a certain purpose. It may be difficult to explain to you.
Nah, I can tell from the fight you're telling the truth. Huh, so you're not cosplaying. Then again, it'd be pretty nuts for someone to come out here to cosplay.
Speaking of which, Chie-san, can you tell me what this place, this world, is? I confess that I am looking for someone. While pursuing them, I heard the rumor about going inside TVs and ended up here.
Oh, right, you can use a persona. That's how you got into the TV. Where should I start? I don't know exactly how it works, but this place is supposedly a realm formed by human thought.
By thought, does that mean this is someone's mental landscape?
I guess so.
Then we've physically entered a mental world? Through a TV, no less? How can this be?
I guess we used to climb an impossibly high tower that came up at midnight when time just like stops for no reason for an hour.
To tell the truth, I never understood it so well myself. There was this insane monster thing around town up until early spring. It created this whole world, and I got my persona because of what happened in here.
Chie-san folds her arms with the troubled look on her face.
Think of it. All this stuff should have been over and done with. But you see that ad showing on the monitor over there? It suddenly started getting shown on TV in reality. There's no way we were gonna stand for that crap to be shown. So that's why me and my friends came in here to put a stop to it.
Your friends are here as well?
Yeah, a couple. Also, that Teddy guy who's hosting this, plus the girl Rise who's serving as commentator. They're my friends too, but they're acting so weird.
She lets out a sigh.
Sorry, listen to me, babbling away. Do you think you can find this person you're looking for? Actually, could whoever it is get in here? I don't think normal people can enter the TV.
To tell you the truth, I have already encountered one such person, but
I tell her about the girl I saw. I give her all the details that I can remember. I recall that she called herself the student council president. She did not seem aware that she was inside the TV.
Oh, you mean the girl who was calling herself the student council president? Yeah, I saw her too. She was yelling into a bullhorn to stop this foolishness, but then she ran off saying she was gonna go talk to the tournament's host.
she was wearing the same skirt that you are, Chie-san. It seems to be part of a uniform. Are you acquainted with her?
No, I don't know her. It's funny, that girl said she was elected last week. But if I remember right, our student council president was a guy.
I have many doubts about her. I must meet her again and figure her out.
Thank you. I now have a better understanding of the situation. Well then, I should be going now. I would like it if you could come along, but
I know, I can't leave here, right? I'll stay put for now.
I will come back for you later. You may find it hard to trust me, but
No, I believe you.
Chie-san replies unhesitantly.
I've been through so much over this past year that I'm pretty confident I can read people.
Unhesitatingly.
Honestly, though, what other choice do I have? If you run into any of my friends, tell them I'm okay.
I will.
After wiping the dust from her right hand with her sleeve, Chie-san extends it to me.
Right? So, if this was some fighting manga, we'd beat the tar out of each other, then shake hands in the end as best friends. A powerful enemy can become a powerful friend, you know?
I clasp her hand. She smiles in embarrassment.
Friendship can do amazing things. I saw that for myself last year. And you and I can be friends too, so, you don't need to talk like you're just an object.
Chie-san.
Don't look at me like that. You're embarrassing me. Come on.
Yes, I'll see you later.
Sorry about that. Come on, hurry. Come on, get going. Go, hurry. Energized by Chie-san's words, I run towards the entrance. I turn around and wave to Chie-san. There is more at stake than Labras. I must protect these people. I swear to vow myself. I swear or vow to myself and leave. As I exit the gymnasium, I remain cautious while running down the hallway. Suddenly, I pick up a response on my transmitter, which has been silent until now. I stop and focus on picking up on the signal.
Guess you hear. Can you hear me? I guess.
Yeah, for those who don't know, Mitsuru's persona serves a dual purpose, as it is capable of combat, but it is also a support. It is also a support persona. The static key transmission soon becomes clear. I can't wait for Toro Dachi's story mode. Oh yeah, he did get his own DLC. I forgot. It is a voice I recognize very well.
Tsuru-san?
Good. It seems you're all right too. It's been quite a while since I last used my persona in this manner. To think it would be useful in a place like this.
Is Akihiko-san with you?
No, we were separated, but I can still sense him. I doubt he'll be defeated that easily.
Adachi was your main. Labras was mine. I barely tried Adachi. I only tried him for the first time when I did rate the Super. I want to get good with Igus, but as you can see, I'm not there. I'm not used to zoners. She is speaking not out of carelessness, but trust. I know, but I feel the same.
I'm sure you're aware by now, but although we came in search of Labras, we appear to have been dragged into another incident. Don't worry about meeting up for now. Under the present conditions, we'd only end up fighting amongst ourselves.
Understood.
I don't know how Labras ties into this situation yet, but be careful.
Before I can answer, the static grows louder, and the transmission ends. Knowing that Mitsuru-san and Akihiko-san are okay gives me room to breathe. The invisible walls are everywhere along the hallways, forcing me down a particular path. I follow the route. Soon enough I can see the shoe lockers up ahead. It seems I am back at the entrance. When I reach the entrance, the monitor nearby turns on, as if it were waiting for me. I like the fact that the zoners in this game have limited ammo. Only Igus really has limited ammo. Like at least as far as I know, no, I don't remember too much. Like, okay, Naoto has sort of limited ammo, but she like reloads. I guess it's straight up limited ammo until you use her until you meet the conditions and to use her super or gear mode. Then she can do it all over again. But yeah, they're the only ones I can think of right now who really have limited ammo. Everyone else with zoning, you have to be open for the reload. Yeah, that's true. But everyone else doesn't, like you. When I reach the entrance, the monitor nearby turns on as if it were waiting for me. As usual, it is General Teddy. I take a defensive stance. It appears to be near the arena for my next battle.
You're pretty good for a latecomer.
The instant General Teddy appears on the screen, my sensors pick up that noise again. My suspicion turns into certainty. General Teddy is doing something before the matches. Whatever it is makes the opponent belligerent or something similar. I can assume that neither Kanji-san nor Chie-san were acting like themselves before the battle. I grew up against Rio and Guile, so I have a hate for zoners. Yeah, zoners can be a problem. That would explain why none of our stories were consistent afterwards.
Bring out the next opponent!
I hear light footsteps. A young man wearing his hat low arrives.
Naturally, of the three of you, you're the one I encountered first.
He shrugs his shoulders and pulls the brim lower. This boy was also in the promotional video. His name was Naoto Shirogane. I bring myself to high alert. He said three of you.
Know about us?
On hearing my question, he smiled cynically.
Zuru Kirijo not inform you? I don't merely know about you. I was there at the airport. The Kirijo group seems rather lax for a multinational corporation, allowing a machine to act autonomously and take command. To be frank, watching you fills me with pity. Perhaps the kindest thing to do would be to give you a merciful end.
Pity?
Your existence is inherently a deception, isn't it? You're a machine, and a weapon on top of that. Yet you look human. Those who meet you think you're human. You even seem to believe it yourself. Truly pitiful.
I have no answer to this. As much as I don't want to believe it, it's all true.
You're built to consider yourself human in order to activate the ability to wield a persona. Your appearance and your heart are only prerequisites for that power. I'm sure you've realized it already. You will never find the means to cross the gap between the human heart and your mechanical frame.
By the way, fun fact: in the future, in a spin-off manga featuring Naoto, she meets another anti-shadow suppression weapon.
No matter how much you want love, you'll never earn it. At best, people grow fond of you.
He sounds as if he knows for certain. I hang my head in spite of myself.
The more I consider the matter, the more I genuinely pity you. I'd best hurry up and put an end to your pathetic life.
Naoto-san draws his gun. Because my eyes are lowered, I'm slow to react. I already knew that we had to fight, and yet I curse my carelessness and quickly stand back up. I really need to learn Igus.
Final. Fight!
Bramble! 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 Bramble!
Here I go.
That was hardly fair.
Alright.
Announcement over. Until next time.
I did much better there. And against another zoner. Miyagi-san slowly gets up. There's something staggering that seems to be caused by dizziness. I watch carefully for any change in behavior, but I am surprised by what I hear
Are
next.
you thinking what I'm thinking? The mastermind behind this tournament may have some means of fogging our senses. Were you suspecting that as well?
Yes.
Seeing me nod, Naoto-san smiles. So who's the third the group she was talking about? Akihiko. The three Persona 3 characters that were in this game were Mitsuru, Aigus, and Akihiko.
Then we are in agreement. Its aim appears to be to make friends fight one another, though it's a mystery to me as to why it would do such a thing.
Naoto-san brushes some dust off and walks towards me.
The battle is over and the interference has been lifted. Given past examples, the pattern is clear.
The three before the deal. See, well, no. Actually, the other members of actually, Elizabeth was also in the game from Persona 3 and P4A. But like Junpei Yukari and Ken and Koromaru were added in Ultimax, this game. They weren't DLC. I don't think any Persona characters are DLC characters. I'm not. I'll have to recheck. Like, how many DLC characters were there? There was Margaret, Marie. Margaret, Marie, Adachi. Weren't those the only three?
How about it? Why don't we talk things over?
I have no objections. Naoto-san seems to understand everything. I nod my head, relieved.
I am Naoto Shirogane. I work as a detective. I agreed to act as an observer for the police regarding the special cargo, met with Kirijo-san beforehand, and accompanied her to the airport.
So that's how you knew about us. I recall seeing you in the introductory video along with the other competitors.
They're good friends of mine. I attend Yasogami High, the same school as them.
I see. So after you finished your business and returned to your hometown, that video appeared on TV. Is that correct?
That's right. At least that's what I should say if I wanted to feign innocence.
What?
The real reason I came here is because I was tailing you. It was for a secret investigation.
For who?
Naturally, I cannot reveal my client or what their aims are, but I'm sure you have your own secrets to keep. What do you think? As long as we're in the same boat, why not cooperate?
I become tense at the mention of a secret investigation. But that is not important
I
now.
see. It would not be wise to continue to stand in each other's way in this situation.
I accept Naoto-san's hand as we
How
shake.
much do you know about this world?
Your friend told me it's a realm formed by human thought. In which case, why a school?
This place varies according to people's mental state. When someone enters it directly, they have a much stronger effect on it. For a normal person with no persona-based resistances, a dangerous situation will arise where their shadow goes berserk.
Adachi, Margaret, and Marie. Okay, so there were only three DLC characters.
That happened frequently in the case I was involved with last year. This false school may have something to do with it.
I consider Labras. According to her specification, she should be able to use a persona. But did this come from her mind? Why at school? And why at the going high school of all places? She has no prior knowledge of the place. She has never even visited Dinaba. She has never even visited Inaba. But if that girl is Labrat, she undoubtedly has a heart. It is possible that something like what Naoto-san suggested could
I assume
happen.
you have a theory already?
Yes. Thank you very much. I believe I'm slowly starting to understand what's going on.
I look down the path ahead. But before I go, I turn and ask Naoto-san a
Would you
question.
mind telling me something? Why did you tell me about your secret agenda?
I suppose because it wouldn't be fair otherwise.
A wry smile spreads over Naoto-san's face.
That I cannot leave here and must trust my friend's fate to you. It would be unfair to continue deceiving you. But not only that, you carry out your duties with little care for your true appearance. You and I are not on equal grounds there.
My true appearance?
Consider it a sign of my respect for that. I still seem to have a soft spot.
Naoto-san's smile fades and she looks at me solemnly. Yeah, notice how Agus's recognition and of Naoto's gender changed.
Aiga-san, I ask only one thing of you. Please save my friends.
That is my intention.
Thank you. I'll wait here, secure in knowing that.
By the way, when I think about it, I think Naoto might be gender apathetic. I don't remember a lot of details from Persona 4. We nod at each other. Chie-san, Kanji-san, and Naoto-san are also different, but they are connected by a strong bond. Knowing that fills my heart with
I'm
warmth.
curious, though. When you refer to your true appearance, do you mean the fact that you are a woman?
What?
Am I mistaken?
Oh, well...
Your clothing hides it, but my sensor scan shows the body measurements of a human with female proportions.
What do you mean? How much can you see?
Suddenly Naoto loses all composure and turns red, covering her chest with her arms. What happened? I don't think I said anything to warrant such a reaction. Yeah, Naoto suggested to have the biggest chest of the P4 girls. Just then, General Teddy interrupts over the monitor.
Hey, enough with the chit-chat! Hurry up and move on to the next!
Would you like to know your current measurements? From top to bottom, they are...
That's quite all right.
Never mind, little old me. Please finish that line of thought. I demand it!
I don't know. I think that might be suddenly hinting that Labras is bisexual.
How did we get so off subject? If you're going to go, please hurry and leave.
She yelled at me. I must have said something rude. It still happens every so often. An innocuous remark can greatly upset someone. I must keep practicing. I climb the stairway and notice a silhouette in the classrooms. Looking carefully, it could be that the student council. It could be that student council president Labris. The student council president's Labris. I will be relieved if I had caught up to her so soon. But the hand I raise to knock on the door inadvertently stops. Wait, could she be my next opponent? She wasn't in the promotional video, but neither was I. Yet I am being forced to fight in the Grand Prix. But there's no point in worrying about that now. I cannot change the path I take, ignore the opponents I must face. I prepare myself to knock lightly on the door.
You're that girl from before.
The girl turns and notices me. I step foot in the classroom. There's no immediate interruption from General Teddy. It looks like he has not scheduled a match between us. I breathe a sigh of relief. Well, it's more a case of gender stereotypes of the detective and the institutional misogyny of law enforcement that Nyota presents herself as a man in MP4A. Yeah, I know that. But what I'm but it's to me, it's more the fact that she doesn't mind and then even somewhat prefers to to prevent herself that way. It's like she's more comfortable that way. That's what makes me think she's gender apathetic.
What are you doing here?
Ain't it obvious? I'm cleaning up the classroom. It's no picnic, what with people running wild and wrecking things.
Fair. She takes down the chairs piled up on top of each other and lines them. After a few runs, then she takes a breath. Though she is complaining, there is a gentle smile on her face.
Well, I guess this is all in a day's work for a student council president. We'll look back on it and laugh, right?
You seem like you're having fun.
That's because I love my school. Even the chores are fun for me. The reason I wanted to be president is because of that. Oh, it can be rough when things get out of hand like this.
But it's dangerous here. You must leave at once. Won't you come with me?
Hold on. I switched to the wrong screen, so you got to see my avatar being funny again. I thought that my mom was knocking on my door. Turns out it was my dog's tail. She presents more feminine style to show she's embracing her feminine side more, according to the designer. Yeah, but that doesn't exactly mean she's not gender apathetic. In fact, gender apathy is basically if you wake up tomorrow and the at least this is how it was described to me. It was described by Surus when he talked about it. Basically, what he said was if he woke up in the if he woke up tomorrow when in a woman's body, it wouldn't affect him much. I'm not arguing with you, I'm just stating the info I found. For all we know, you could be right about her. Yeah, fair. Yeah, she accepts her femme side at the end of her Arcana line. Yeah, that is true. She does have a more feminine outfit. It's in the true ending of P4 Golden. My goodness, we're giving a lot of spoilers. She seemed confused by my words and tilts her head to one side.
You're worried about me? Hey, I'm the president. And you might not think so to look at me, but I ain't no slouch in a fight. I'll be fine.
No, that's not what I mean.
How do I put this? She still has no idea of the danger. She walks up next to me and takes a long look at my face and giggles.
Your clothes are pretty out there, but I can see you mean well. Thanks.
Sorry, my mouse is in the way.
Some of these students won't listen to a word I say, but I feel like I gotta be here. No, I wanna be here.
Even if it puts you in danger?
Don't worry, it's fine. She totally doesn't have a giant axe.
You're really a drama queen, aren't you? Who's to say I'm in danger for sure? Besides...
Spoilers for a 10-year-old game. I can see we're really gonna get in trouble. Well, to be fair, I'm playing the sequel before I play the actual... before I play the game it's a sequel to, so... Her eyes burn with affection for something dear to her.
Even if you're right, I'd want to stay here.
There's no need to test her commitment. It is consistent with the fact of this world being It is consistent with the fact of this world being created. Then, is she human?
I always wanted to go to school with everyone, just like normal. That's all.
Does that imply you couldn't do so before?
You're asking me that now? Honestly, back then,
She stops abruptly. I wait patiently for her to continue, but her face twists with suffering.
Huh?
She puts her fingers to her temple. Her knees begin to buckle.
What's wrong?
Weird. The past, How come it's...
She begins to fall, and I catch her. At that precise moment, there is a strong reading from my finger as soon as I touch her. It's so strong, like touching a hot stove. This is the same reading as when I first stuck my hand into the TV. It is coming from a personality module, a piece of lost technology that researchers had called the plumes of dusk, due to their shape. This is kind of funny in a way because, like, in the original games, plumes of dusk were these things you used to they were technically the Persona series version of the Phoenix Downs. I have one inside me as well. This is not merely a strong evidence, it is conclusive. There are still questions to be answered, but this girl can be none other than Labris. At the very least, she is not human.
Sorry, I'm not feeling so good all of a sudden.
The memory she is trying to access is causing conflict with her current level of awareness. As she tries to remember, she will not be able to maintain her mental state. The memory is that charged. I hold her close and wait for her to calm down. But her reaction does not improve. It gets worse. She shakes violently, as if electrified. Suddenly, bright lights burst in front of my eyes. Is something flowing into me? I quickly let go of Labras, but it does not fade away easily. Images I don't recognize float together in my head, one after another, are at incredible speeds. Yeah, this does support what you said before, that their plumes of dusk are reacting to each other.
Are these Labras's memories?
The torrent of data finally subsides. I analyze the data to find out what happened, and then I understand. It did not flow into me. This data was already dormant inside of me. I guess in Labras are doing an NPC transfer. I am the last member of the Anti-Shadow Weapon Project. I inherited all the data from the previous modes of the same type, both tangible and intangible. Labras's memories were part of it. Normally, the developer would not upload data into me that was unrelated to battle. But the Plume of Dusk is a black box. It is possible that something was transferred somehow through that. Thinking about it, that might have been the reason I thought I saw Labras at the airport. My glimpse of the newly awakened Labras caused my buried records of her appearance to be called. Perhaps that is what happened. Unfortunately, the memories I have just accessed are in complete disarray. Are in complete disarray. It should be Labras. It's not Labras. It should be Labras's, not Labras's. Yeah, no, I know what you mean, and I made that note too. I can't just flip through it like an album. The color records were not in chronological order, meaning I can't make sense of them in their current state. However, there was one memory that left an impression on me. The sea. That cerulean sky and lingering clouds, the emerald blue water. All of the other memories are of cold mechanical rooms, or the night sky, but this one is different.
What was that just now?
Labras staggers as she stands up. Before I can ask her anything, she abruptly shakes me off and runs out of the classroom.
Wait!
I try to chase after her. But after only a few steps, I trip up over my feet. The information overload has prevented me from making any sudden movements. I fight through it, dragging what feels like several times the weight of my legs when...
Are you sure you want to take that girl out of here?
Yep. We got a shadow fight. I stumble to a stop and look around, searching for a hidden speaker.
This is the only place she can fit in. No one will understand her once she steps outside. But she can't become human either. So she has no other choice but to wallow in this illusory school. Pitiable, isn't she? But this is the only way she can be happy. Are you going to take that from her? Who are...
I stop suddenly, realizing the answer to my question, and catch my breath in my throat. This voice. It's mine?
What will you do after you take her from here? Lock her up in a box again? How cruel. No wonder she ran away. Ran away? What are you... You don't mean... You finally figured it out? Labras wasn't brought here by some sinister mastermind. She escaped on her own and came here. That can't be. The suspects in the hijacking case... I'm sure you've seen the opponents you fought so far robbed of their sanity. Have you forgotten already?
You're saying that was Labrys's doing too? Yes. Her heart gave birth to this world, and that power is one of her abilities. From some special equipment. With a power like that, wouldn't it be simple to control a number of ordinary people?
It's true that the hijackers were confused, and that there were signs of some mental
It does seem
interference.
strange to go to so much trouble to come to a place like this. If she did in fact do this, then she must face herself. What gives you the right to say that?
Suddenly, the tone of her voice changes. She speaks very gently, like a parent correcting a child.
You've experienced suffering before, too. It pains you to have a heart, knowing that you can never be human. Even if there was someone you considered to be worth fighting for, you can't be a real companion to them. That's why you chose to protect them as a weapon. But in the end, you still lost them. What do you know about me? Mere words will not cause me to abandon hope. A brave bluff. But a tool like yourself can never be a true partner for a human. Doesn't your heart yearn to be by their side and to be loved? It hurts so much that I wish I could go back to how I was before I gained a heart. Has that really never once crossed your mind? I think not. That pain will never completely disappear. It will always fester inside you. Isn't that right? Even if you take Labrys away, the same will happen to her. She'll become just like you. Is that a fate you want for her?
By the way, I still call it a travesty that Metis was never a DLC for this game.
You see, here you can have anything, as long as you look away from the truth. That doesn't just go for Labrys, but for you too.
I like the fact they are using gender-neutral terms for P3 Pro Tag. Yeah, I do like that. I do like that too. Like keep it open just in case. But people keep saying canonically the male is the canon one.
Even the things you have lost forever. Here, you can have them back. What are you?
I cut myself off, realizing that I'm becoming fascinated with the voice. This isn't good. I cannot let the voice deceive me. I must get a speaker in my sights first. I carefully attune myself to the voice and quickly turn in that direction. But the person standing there is me. Or rather, something that looks like me. Yeah, that's neither. Yes, it does make sense to go that way, but I do understand the canonical gender being male. Yeah, that is true. Because the male did come first, and to be honest, it still kind of irks me that the whole choosing your gender thing didn't become canon, didn't become like a staple of the series. At first, I think that the overload is still affecting my sensors, but that is not the case.
I'll take away your suffering. Now, take my hand, Aegis.
I smile and extend my hand. I feel dazed. This is very confusing. I don't know what to do. My mind advises caution, but my heart doesn't listen. But all of a sudden, Katone Shiomi gets no love. Who is that? That's not a name I'm familiar with. Oh, wait. Is that the Persona girl from Persona 2? Not Persona girl, the reporter girl. Oh, no, wait, that's Maya. P3 female protag name. I thought they were both canonically named Motoko Yuki. The door opens in the corner.
My interruption of this seemingly trivial conversation.
Oh dear. This unexpected event brings me back to reality, and I realize that I was nearly seduced by its promises. On a second look, I can see a woman beyond the door frame. That distinctive blue dress. I recognize the attire of an elevator girl. Her name was Elizabeth-san, I believe. But why is she here? I think they came up with a different name for her just to make her stand out a little more. Fair. Megaloleon for everyone! Elizabeth walks right in and stands in the center of the room. Pretty soon there will be Megaloleons for everyone. Well, soon enough. There's nothing outwardly normal about her pose, but it is as imposing as a battle stance. She opens her thick leather-bound book, then smiles dauntlessly at the other me.
Excuse me, but I would like a word with this lady over here. Would you mind leaving?
Hello, I want to talk to the real you. Could you please just F off?
Who are you?
If you don't leave the two of us, I must resort to giving you a hearty thrashing with my book.
We've seen her block a sword with that thing. A thrashing with the book is entirely possible.
It's a hardcover, leather-bound edition, and is quite powerful. Enough to do over 4 digits on average, I'd say.
I love that because the max he can do in the Persona games is 4 digits. It's worth of damage, and Elizabeth can reach that easily. In fact, she does quadruple 9. You get a Megiddo-leon. You get a Megiddo-leon. Everyone gets a Megiddo-leon. Elizabeth is the Oprah of Megiddo-leons. Yeah.
I don't believe this.
The other me's face flinches in pain, and she vanishes into thin air while spitting a curse. Is she gone now? I can no longer pick up any readings on her. Attention leaves my body, and I collapse to the ground. While I am there, Elizabeth walks towards me. I first met her 2 years ago. Her attire is somewhat strange, but the place I met her was even stranger. A blue room. That is the only way to describe that mystical place. Okay, so for people not tuned into the Persona series, like I said, anyone with the wild card ability goes to the Velvet Room. How does she not know Elizabeth's name from Persona 3 FPS? I think that the implication is because of what happens in the answer chapter. She has to take a moment to remember. And she did mention Elizabeth's name earlier. In any case, only the wildcard user can go into the Velvet Room as a Persona 3. And in the answer chapter, Aegis as Arcana switched from the Chariot to the Fool. The Fool being the Arcana of the wild card. So she became a guest of the Velvet Room. Its residents called it the Velvet Room. I do not believe it is at all part of the real world. There, Elizabeth was one who governs power. She keeps me. She helped me to grow spiritually by introducing me to the power of personas. I never imagined that she would leave that room, let alone that I would run into her here. Yet her appearance here has saved me.
Sorry for that. Thank you for saving me. Did I save you?
Full unlimited unlimited possibility is Protect having all no Arcana access. Yeah, exactly. As Igor stated in Persona 3, and I think in Persona 4 too, I forget if he does so in Persona 5. The Fool is basically like the number 0. Empty yet full of yet has infinite possibilities.
I was on a journey for personal reasons, but I sensed some extraordinary powers clashing against each other and came to see what all the fuss was about, only to be met with this bitter disappointment.
I am baffled by her candidness.
Please stand. Have you already forgotten the enlightenment you gained before me once? Has it escaped your prodigious goldfish-like memory? It seems that I must once again ascertain what you are truly capable of.
She speaks as if she is engaging in everyday conversation and opens her her leather-bound book again. Yeah, whenever a Velvet Room attendant opens a book, it's bad. Suddenly, a murderous aura fills the area. Fear says a gust of wind. Yeah, I mean, the full Arcana in the Tarot deck is denoted by 0 at 22, yeah. Something about me has disappointed her, I know that much. But I clearly have no time to ask her what it is.
Here goes. The cards will decide your fate.
Oh dear. I gotta fight Elizabeth with a character I'm still very much learning. In any case, give me a second, guys. I gotta take a quick bio break. I return. It also occurs to me that I should probably update OBS by the next stream. The lethal elevator attendant, oh goodness.
Final. Fight!
Bramble! What? Bramble! Going! Strike! Bramble! Shot! Oopsie! Impassive. Air strike! Persona! Ignite! Hard right! Oh no! Aerial mode! Unlock! Go! From this moment, oh no! Your fingers in the claw, my turn. Bramble! What? Oh! Secondary impact! No! Forgive me. Hard. I failed. What? Well done.
That was easier than I was expecting it to be.
Well done.
I might actually be getting a hang of Vegas. I love her down pose. Yeah, that's an arc system thing to the letter. Whenever you have an overpowered character, instead of being down for the count, they're just like chilling, which is really funny. Elizabeth stands from her kneeling position. Though she lost, she did not so much as break a sweat. While I, for my part, am detecting strain in my entire drive system. I can see myself lacking the energy to even speak, reflected in Elizabeth's clear eyes.
Indeed, neither man nor any ordinary machine. You are truly singular. But then, can anyone be said to be the same as anybody else?
People anguish over the gulf between themselves and others, and the lack of any who could possibly understand them. How is their situation different from yours? What defines life is not death, but bonds. That is the answer you once reached. Then take that to heart and go forth. Remember that your bonds will remain unbroken, giving you the strength to withstand any suffering.
My bonds.
I, too, am currently on an endless journey, but I anticipate that you will become a compatriot of mine, unbound by the limitations of time. I hope that you will not be led astray by trivial things. With that, I bid you good luck.
Okay, bye! Elizabeth bows and finally shows me her smile. Immediately after, she turns on one heel and walks towards the hallway. I suddenly remember...
There are rules to this tournament delineating behavior after a match.
Such parlor tricks can get stuffed.
I love how she says exactly what she says to you.
I shall be on my way.
True to her word, she leaves the room with no trouble and closes the door with an exaggerated slam. Those walls were nothing to her. But come to think of it, Labrys didn't seem subject to those rules either. Do they only apply to participants in the tournament? No, in Elizabeth's case, it simply does not matter to her.
Remains a complete enigma.
I find it amusing, which allows me to feel more relaxed.
It may be true that this world can grant one's true desire, but I want Labrys to see past herself to a world where other people matter. Even if one discards their bonds to avoid pain, all that awaits is a numb, desert-like future with no promise. I thought as she did once, so I'm sure I can understand her.
I too felt the same as Labrys as when I went through an incredibly trying ordeal. If there's no one to reach out to her, she'll become even more trapped. And she is now. Labrys cannot escape on her own. That is because the key to intricating oneself is the realization that one is not alone.
I want to form a bond with Labrys, with my sister. I want to teach her things that she cannot learn if she is alone.
Saying it out loud helps to strengthen my resolve. I change my approach and focus on searching for a way to save her. Still, that thing that looked like me, was that what Naoto-san meant by his shadow going berserk? My own shadow. Thinking of it that way shed some light on things. Of course, I can control my persona, and I have some resistances as to the effect of this world, but the heart cannot be so easily stabilized. If the same thing happened to Labrys, I suddenly realized the dangers involved. I impatiently suppress these thoughts and dash out to the hallway. I follow the path formed by the invisible walls. Eventually, I climb the stairway to the third floor. There seem to be no walls here, allowing me to go as I please. I can tell the end is near as I prepare myself. Soon I stand in front of the room as a sign outside. Soon I stand and in front of a room that has a sign outside saying announcement room. The door is half opened and I sense someone inside. I cautiously press up against the door and peek around it. This is the announcement room. As the sign indicated, but the space inside is much larger. Is much larger than the classroom I have seen. The equipment here is also closer to that of the TV studio than what would be found in a school. On top of that, The back wall is made out of glass, showing a view that is clearly not a school. Taken together, this is the first distinct sign that this is not the real world. As I expected, Labris is here, standing in the middle of the room. There's also another boy and girl as well. The girl is holding Labris's shoulders, and the boy stands in front of the pair, protecting them. Across from them is General Teddy. It seems this is the end of the line. Okay? I've seen that boy's face in the video. Yosuke Hanamura-san, I believe. I'm not familiar with the girl's face, but I do recognize her distinctive voice. It's the same voice that has been commentating on the fight along with General Teddy on the school PA system, on the school PA. From the tone of the commentating, I thought she was working with the general, but right now she seems to be on Yosuke-san and Labris' side. I recall what Chie-san told me. Chie-san said that Rise-san, was originally their friend, in which case she may actually be another victim. General Teddy gives a cruel smile, squints his eyes, and speaks.
What a shame. You gave it a try, but there's no way anyone would understand you. Huh?
General Teddy's voice and tone have undergone a remarkable change. Listening closely, this voice is... so it finally reveals its true form.
At least one of them has to understand how I feel. Isn't that what you thought? The important part is that it's all your fault. That's not true. You still refuse to remember? Look at me. And stop deluding yourself.
Here we go again. By the way, a bit of etymology. Labris.
The true self.
A bit of etymology. Labris is a type of axe that is commonly found that is found in Crete. You'll see the connection soon enough.
No way. She has my face.
But the face is the only thing that is the same. The rest of her body is covered in metal. There is no doubt that that it is man-made. Labris lets out a short scream and backs up.
Stop! I'm not like that!
Calm down. It's just taking that form to agitate you.
Yosuke is frantically trying to calm Labris down. It's just taking that form to agitate you. That's what he says. But is that really the case? I have my own suspicions.
No! Taking that form, huh? Well, you have a point. I do have the power to confuse people's senses. Warp what they're seeing.
That's how you made my senpai fight each other.
Sorry about that. Warp what they're seeing, twist what they're hearing.
Of the things you're seeing right now, which do you think is real and which is fake?
The former General Teddy. No, Labris's shadow breaks out into a grin. Labrys, meanwhile, now is cringing in fear as she holds onto Yosuke's sleeve.
No! I'm not like you. I'm human, aren't I?
Just wanted to check. She didn't use honorifics there.
Huh? What do you mean?
I can see that Yosuke does not know what or how to answer the sudden question.
And how did I come to have these special powers? Why, it's because I have them.
With that, the shadow snaps its fingers. At once, static like that on a poorly tuned TV, he starts appearing around Labrys and slowly envelops her. I enhance my vision. Nothing is happening to Labrys's body. It was my own vision that was clouded, or had been up till now. Soon after, the noise dissipates, an inhuman-looking girl is standing in her place.
Huh? A robot?
Metallic arms and legs extend from her uniform. Thrusters on her back spread like wings. It's just as I thought. Her body is identical to that of the shadow in front of her.
Look, that's what she really looks like. It's her who's been deceiving you all from the start. Not only you, but herself, too. She really thinks that she's a human living a normal life at school. To reinforce her make-believe as real, she prevented herself from accessing any memories that could contradict that. She even sealed away her own name. No! Stop! Why are you doing this? Kindly hurry up and remember me. Remember yourself. It's pretty rude of you to even forget your own name.
I do like the axe on her back like a butterfly. Yeah, that is pretty cool. And it has like a jetpack, so it doubles for flight as well as a weapon.
No, I don't want to remember. Huh? Is that so? Looks like you still need an extra push.
The shadow grins evilly and swings the enormous axe at Labrys, or actually at Yosuke-san.
Yosuke-senpai!
Before the axe can complete its arc, I am already in action. Persona has always had the butterfly around the pro tag. Yeah, like all the way back to Persona 1, if I remember. Because of, what's his name? I can't remember his name. But there's this dude who wears a butterfly mask in the first game. The butterfly usually is signifying him. I must intervene. Neither Labrys, in shock at seeing her true form, nor Yosuke-san or Rise-san are prepared for the attack.
What the?
I deflect the strike with the metallic part of my arm. Yeah! P3 best girl! It was heavier than I anticipated. The battle axe is a giant lump of metal that blocks most of my vision.
Girl? Wait, you're a robot too?
I turned my head to Labrys and looked straight into her shocked eyes.
You must remember, that is the only way the future will open up to you. You must accept it, no matter how painful it may be.
I tell her her name in a clear voice. Her official name, which includes something no human has, a model number.
Your true name is 5th generation anti-shadow suppression weapon, Labrys.
Labrys quivers violently, as if an invisible arrow had pierced her chest. Yep. Labrys's story is now available. Okay, because we're rather constrained on time, I'm not going to go into Labrys's story now. That'll have to wait till next week. Instead, we are going to make it up to Elizabeth and rate her supers. Training mode.
Welcome to the Velvet Room. This place exists between dream and reality.
Picture in your head your own appearance as well as your alter ego, your persona. I wish you good luck.
Alright, rate the Super Elizabeth edition. Okay.
Breaking news. Danger.
And her persona is Thanatos, which is scary as hell. Mind charge, so this is going to be an install.
My power keeps rising.
Yeah, pretty much a D. Mahamayan.
White card.
Weird.
Just stay there.
That's supposed to kill, isn't it?
White card.
Maybe it's only the, only the strong one?
Black card.
I don't know, the strong one then is Mudoon. Oh, I think they changed it so that it only does damage, not insta-kill.
Just stay there.
Fair enough, I guess. So, that was Mahamayan and Mamadun. I give them both a solid A. They're pretty cool looking. Diarahan and install.
Do you have a problem?
Yeah, pretty much a D. It regains health. Ghastly Whale. I think the insta-kill is at a certain level. Oh, is it? It's deals massive damage if it hits the opponent, and when round time is 10 seconds or less. Oh, it's based on the timer now. Yeah, I know how the insta-kill work. Okay, so Ghastly Whale.
Here I go. Bonus draw. Can't believe
That's pretty cool looking. I love that Thanatos throws you into your
just stay there.
I love how the opponent needs to be the I love how the Thanatos throws the opponent into a coffin.
Prepare yourself.
So I give it a solid A+. It's a good looking super. Yeah, thanks for reminding me. Hers is a it has a counter.
Just stay there. Watch out! Go to hell!
No.
Like that? Like that?
You can set the opponent to attack instead of standing. Yeah, that's what I was doing the recording for.
Was it not you? Is that so? Your fate seems to be at an end. Just stay there.
Oh, it has to be 3. It has to be 3. It has to be 3 attacks.
Going backwards.
1, 2, 3. Ah. 1, 2, 3.
Is that so?
Darn it.
Is that so? Nice catch. Now, the beginning of the end.
Megata Leon for everyone.
Fearing massive light.
That's pretty cool looking. I'd say it's a solid. I'd say it's a solid A plus.
Breaking news. Danger.
And yeah, I've heard Elizabeth is a nightmare in this game.
It's my turn. Draw. Persona.
Look at this. Look at this.
It's my turn. Draw. How about this? Relax, ball. How about yeah? That wasn't nice. Here I go.
God damn, Elizabeth. Okay, so we have made it up to Elizabeth now.
Persona 4 Arena.
I accidentally went into the menu again.
Persona 4 Arena.
Okay. So I'm sorry for all the trouble we had during the stream there. I don't know exactly what was causing it. I think it's because I haven't updated OBS yet. I should do that. I should do that sometime during the week. And anyway, I'm sorry. I'm also sorry that the stream have functioned the way they did. I couldn't help it. Load shedding and just happened to fall at the most inconvenient times. And but hopefully next week we'll be able to get back to the proper schedule. Anyway, that does it for the session. And thank you all for joining. Thank you all for joining me. And I hope you all enjoyed it, despite all the issues we had. And if you enjoyed the stream, please give me a follow. I also upload all my streams on YouTube. So you can check out if you missed anything, you can check it out there too. I'm also on Discord. You can check me out. It's there. I'm also on Facebook and Twitter. You can see me. You can see me there as well. And before I go, can we raid someone? Yes, we can. Dere Moto, you're being raided. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you all for the next one. This is Metis Balaska signing out.